work again, so I thought I might, do another driving with my thoughts, because when I'm driving, my mind's ticking and I always think of these things. And anyway, so I've just recently gone back on my happy pills due to my anxiety starting to get a little bit out of control. It was reaching, I was so good without having barely any anxiety attacks for 6 months, and then I fell sick. My routine changed, so because I was sick, I couldn't go to the gym, I couldn't do my morning walks, and I was on antibiotics, and then just changes, and which normally I'm fine to cope with, but this time not so much. So I fell sick back in June, and I couldn't keep up with my routine. I had to stop getting up in the mornings for my runs, and I couldn't go to the gym, so my routine changed, and it started to stress me out. I couldn't go to the gym and just work it out, work was starting to change, my position at work. I was getting reallocated to a different department, so there was more change. I was getting super moody, I was getting a little bit bitchy. Me and my partner were fighting quite a bit because our attitudes were clashing. I was getting grumpy, which was upsetting him, making him grumpy, and then he was getting grumpy at me, and then I'm grumpy at him for being grumpy at me, kind of situation. And then my anxiety just went through the roof. I just was not coping well at all with anything. I would start crying a lot. I would be getting the chest pains, the stomach pains, the nausea. I was just getting everything under the sun that comes with anxiety. And it's a bitch. I went from having one, not anxiety attack, but those feelings and those symptoms once a month to daily. It was ruining our relationship, it was ruining my performance at work. It was horrible. So I've gone back on my happy pills. Happy pills is what the doctor called them. And I feel better. I feel I don't know whether it's a placebo or not, but you know what, it helps me, and there is no shame in going on any anxiety medication if it helps. I don't understand the stigma that's around it. People oh, you're on antidepressants or something like that. And it's so what? They fucking help. I would rather take them and feel on cloud 9 than go every day having anxiety. It is an absolute bitch, and it's horrible. But when I was going through those stages of anxiety and it was ruining everything, the way I would cope with my anxiety was to just roll with it. I've been having anxiety for a couple of years now. I've kind of worked out my method of coping, and everyone's different, but my method of coping is to just roll with it. You can't stop it, you can't pause it, you can't deal with it later, you can't make yourself happy. Nothing helps, nothing works, whatever you do. I would binge on chocolate, ice cream, things like that, go look fat. Nothing. I would start avoiding people, I would stop going out, I would stop talking, I would just, which made work hard, made my relationship hard, and with friends. And the only way I felt like I could deal with it was to ride it. So anxiety is like a wave in a sense where it just gets higher and higher, and then you just feel it building and building, and then at one point it will just crash on you and you are just an absolute mess and no good to anyone, and you just can't cope, and then you just do stupid shit like self-harm, or you know, lash out at people that you love for no reason. So but the crashing I found only really happened when I was trying to prevent it. I was pushing back. I was refusing to acknowledge. You have to acknowledge that you're having an anxiety attack. You've got to remove yourself from a situation. Like, I was at work, started having an anxiety attack, and it's like, alright, I can't be in the office at the moment because I'm trying to concentrate, and people talking behind me, even though it does not affect me, was really affecting me. So I just had to step outside for a bit. And you know what? I had a cry. You just let it out, otherwise it hurts in here and it comes up to here and it just feels like your throat's getting ripped out. So you just gotta cry it out, whether you're at work, at home, anywhere. Just remove yourself from a situation, find a space on your own and cry it out, which is what I did. And the worst thing that someone can do, if you get found, like someone walks around the corner and sees you crying, for everyone else listening, do not ask that person if they are okay, because it's like when we get spotted for crying, like, well, me personally, I then like trying to compose myself, and I'll be like, all right, I'm fine. I do the whole eye flutter thing and the waving, and it's like, I'm fine, you know. And then as soon as someone goes, oh, are you okay? It's like, boof, that's it. Like, you've given me the all clear to dump all my problems on you, basically. That's what that means. When someone says, are you okay? That is the green light to say, here's all my problems. Whether you want to say it or not, your body goes, boof. You start crying, it just lets everything out. Like, I find when if someone spots me crying, Anthony, my man, is really good for this. Like, he'll try and make me laugh. He'll be like, what you crying about? Today's not that bad, you know, and it'll make me giggle and it'll make me forget, you know, it will help me move on, because that's all you want to do. You just want to move on. You don't want to be dwelling on it. You don't want to be, you know, reminded on it. And if someone says, are you okay? It's like everything that you're trying to process in your mind, you have to then repeat. You have to rethink of it to tell someone. You have to explain yourself to this person why you're not okay. And you're in the middle of processing it. Like, in your mind, you're trying to process and get over what's causing your anxiety. So when someone goes, are you okay? Like, it's really sweet of them, and it's really nice that they care, but it is also forcing you to think about it again and to bring it all up and to be like, all right, stop your mental process, and to go back so you can be like, no, I'm not okay, I don't know. But on the other hand, you can just go, I'm fine, I'm processing, like, give me 5 minutes and I'll be okay. So there's option 2, because it is the first instinct for someone to go, are you okay? You can't blame them, but you can go, like, I'll be right in 5 minutes, I'm just having a moment, let me process, I'll be ready in 5, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, so the only way I feel like I can help with my anxiety, like get over it, is to go with it, so to speak. Like, you can't stop it from happening, and the more you try and stop it from happening, the more it hurts, the more your head hurts, the more your throat hurts, your stomach hurts, your chest hurts, everything just hurts. And then when you then try to let it out, you try not to break down completely, and you let it out slowly, and it just keeps hurting, and it's just, yeah. So that was me for about 2 months. Every day driving home, breaking into tears over stupid shit. Like, work could be as normal as work gets, and I would still be like, I can't cope with this, like, you know, I want to go to the gym, but I'm not feeling up to it, but I know I should go because I would feel better, but I don't want to go because I'm a bubbling mess. And it's like, and then I drive home and then I doubt myself going, bitch, you should have gone to the gym, you would have felt better. And then I would be like, oh, but then would I really? Like, it's a constant mind fuck. The way you overthink things, the way anxiety makes you overthink everything, assume the worst and make you feel like you're not good enough or doing the right thing. Anxiety's a bitch, and I fucking hate it. But I know that I have it. I acknowledge that I have it. I acknowledge that I cannot cope when I have anxiety, and I do seek help, and there's no shame in seeking help. There's no shame in talking to someone. Like, I have a girlfriend that I message and vent to, being like, I cried again on the way home. And you know, if you can find that someone to confide in, it is helpful as well. It is, you know, you do need to get it out, you know, rather than just cry it out. It is good to get it out mentally, like get all those thoughts out of your head, even if they're stupid. Thinking the worst. Like, I dropped a pen, and because I was already so frustrated at falling behind in my work, dropping the pen was like the cherry on the cake, and it was just like, yes. So people think, you know, you make yourself happy. Like, I was told that when I was young, I was told that you make yourself happy, and to a degree that, you know, yeah, I suppose, you know, if something doesn't make you happy, move on from it, or stop doing it, or, you know, leave that person. But you know, you can't just leave your job just because you've had a rough day. Like, you know, you can't just not drive because the car's making a little rattling noise, which is fine, but it gets on your nerves. Like, you can't just not do the dishes because, you know what I mean? Like, anyway. Anxiety is a bitch. No shame in seeing someone, talking to someone, and getting medication, getting help. No shame. A week ago, I was crying my eyes out on the way home. I feel great. Back on my happy pills, and I feel great. And I love everyone. So, love you.